You're watching Around Town with Henry Dormann.
Around Town is sponsored by Chemung Canal Trust Company. They're really nice people. Trust is their middle name. Service is their motto. And I like them a lot, and that's why I bank there. If you ever come by to look me up, I'll be in the vault. Safe place. I am with a newfound friend, Dan Hurley, and you wouldn't believe what he does. Aside, he started raising pumpkins, and then it developed into the biggest Halloween spectacle in the whole area. But rather than my explaining this, I'm going to sit in the sunshine and just listen to you tell what all of these paint guns do, and all of this kind of strange light with this skull on top of a pole, all kinds of crazy things happening here. Take it away.
I sure can, thank you. I'm glad to see you. It's a beautiful day to be here. It's a lot of fun. We started in Halloween. We've done pumpkins for many, many years. The farm itself has been here 97 years.
Now the paint gun part of it, where you shoot at actual real people,
yes,
that's at night.
Yes, correct. We run that on Friday and Saturday nights in October. There's 5 weekends that we run. There's one, the last weekend in September, and then right through October we do this. We started this will be our 3rd season of doing this. Just kind of fell into it. It fit into the other aspects of Halloween that we've been doing for several years.
What is this that you do?
It's been almost 30 years ago, and we started actually, by accident, fell into doing some of the haunted items because people seem to enjoy being scared. And I'm not one of them. Mm-hmm. I don't enjoy it, but nonetheless, it's a lot of fun to do, and we've tried to keep it family oriented is when we were doing it. And it has just grown steadily over the years. We've done an indoor haunted house for years, a wagon ride. And 3 years ago is when we dabbled into this, we'd heard about zombie paintball.
Zombie paintballs.
And there again, I'm not a follower of zombies, but I guess there's a big following of people out there that follow shows of the entertainment of zombies. So this came along. We developed a smaller trailer with 20 paintball guns and tried it for a year, and it went very well. So just a year ago, we built this trailer with 30 more of these paintball guns. But one different aspect of this is they're a smaller paintball, but they're sensitive to black light.
And that's what this is.
There's a small LED black light lamp, a floodlight, at each one of these poles and under the trailers.
Under the skulls, so you can't see it.
Yes. So this is absolute darkness when they come through here. As goofy as this looks during the day of these facades of buildings, when they come through here at nighttime, we have at least 25 zombies that are wandering out here.
Real people?
Yes. And they're hired to get shot at with paintballs. And
doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt.
They wear protective gear. We have the gear that they have to wear. But we also have their special paints that are on the gear and on the buildings that show up in the black light. And so when the paintballs come out of the guns, they come out as a fluorescent green and splat in green. And they have a lot of fun with it. We have a drill sergeant that comes down and he rides the wagon and he gets them all whipped up and gets them all excited about coming down here and doing this.
What time do you start?
7 o'clock at night.
And if people want to, you have to have reservations, I guess? No. Just come as you are.
Come as you are. We can handle an awful lot of people. With 50 guns, we run every 15 minutes.
Really? And the ride is 15 minutes?
It's a bit of a 15-minute run.
What does it cost?
It is $15 for 100 shots. And the guns, we preload them with 100 shots before they get on. They don't have to wear any gear. Customers can just come as they are because there's nothing being shot at them. They just sit on these, each one in front of a gun, and start shooting. If they want to do additional reloads, they can get 100 more shots for $10, and that can be reloaded quickly.
What a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
I wonder if the people you hire, the actors and actresses that get shot at, ever have their wives here shooting at them.
They do have family that comes, because we often hear about that they were coming just for that, because they're looking for a specific person when they're here.
Really?
They just can't see who it is.
I see.
Unless they let them know, but that's their problem.
And you came out, I mean, this is a pumpkin farm back here.
Yes, we still grow and harvest around 100 tons of pumpkins.
100 tons?
We still farm a little over 100 acres of land. That's all, otherwise it's all into soybeans this year, but it all used to be vegetables.
You have a wonderful life.
We've had a lot of,
you do a lot of
change.
colorful things here.
I've had several people tell me I should write a book.
You should. I never realized you were here, out here in the middle of nowhere.
We're well hidden. I bought this when I was 22 years old, and It's been what, 35 years ago. So.
Goodness.
Been through a lot of change.
Happy?
Yes, are there things I'd do differently? Well, we'd all say that, sure.
Yeah.
But you had to change with how our society changed.
Yeah, well, society has changed greatly in 50 years.
Yes.
People don't want or desire or know the things that they needed to know then,
Now,
like how to fix an engine.
and I get concerned about many of those things. I mean, we're trained to shop daily, to eat daily as far as our foods. But the generation before us that knew how to preserve foods to prepare for hard times, we don't do that anymore. And it's kind of unfortunate. I mean, all the acres of vegetables that we used to grow for people to can and freeze, that's just not done anymore.
The hard times aren't here in the same way.
No, and I don't know what we'll do if we get there, unfortunately.
Well, we've got to end this a little more optimism.
Yes,
than that,
we can do that, yeah. But in the meantime,
be
let's,
optimistic.
yes, I try. I do.
But you have quite an operation here. You've got trucks and gravel pits and all kinds of things.
There's 7 different companies that operate here in different aspects. There's a large composting facility here, but as well as the mining operation that's processing gravel, creating a lake for us. So we're doing a lot of long-term things as well as...
A big lake, I hear.
Yes, it should be it'll be around a 75-acre lake when it's complete.
But this is the most fun part, I suspect.
This is, we work all year to get ready for October. We never stop working on Halloween through the whole year.
It must be exciting. How many people show up?
We can have upwards of, we'll average around 1,000 people a night.
Really? A night?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's something.
And many of them do all 3 of the events.
And how many of these do you have?
There's 2 trailers. We have a total of 50 guns.
Gee whiz, this was custom built.
Yes, we did this ourselves.
You did?
Oh yeah, I built this.
You did?
Yeah.
I never cease to be amazed at the
That's-
talents that you have.
Well, it's oftentimes some people go to take vacations and travel. I like to take the time when it's quiet to actually think things out and create.
Oh, wonderful.
And that's
You've been doing this for so many years, and you seem to have liked it then and like it still more.
Yes, yeah, I would say so. My daughters are both grown. They lived through this and moved on.
Did
But
they ever go out and get shot at?
No, they have not. No.
They've been on the shooting side.
Yes. Yes.
I have 2 daughters too, and 2 granddaughters. I have to tell them about coming up here.
They would enjoy it. Yes.
It's a wonderful, wonderful place. You've got to meet him. You've got to see this to believe it. And you can sit and shoot paintballs at all of these real people.
Mm-hmm.
You must have a lot of showers here.
We provide them all the protective gear, and at the end of the
do?
night, they just drop it off. We wash it, and it's ready for them next time they want to go out.
I'm going to try this. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Contact him. Give him a call. Will you give the phone number or anything?
We have a website. It's bradleyfarms@AOL.com, or we have a Facebook page for Bradley Farms that gives all the information. The name of the haunted events here are Phantom Phright Nights.
Phantom Phright Nights.
Phantom Phright Nights, but the Phright word is spelled with a PH. But that's the name of the whole
He's thought of
encompassing.
everything.
Phantom Phright Nights.
Well, I'm going to come and shoot.
You're welcome to.
If I got enough, I'm not daring enough to be shot at.
No. Nor am I. I have not yet either.
Okay, thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Give him a call. It's a wonderful place. And at night, it's really scary.
Around Town with Henry Dormann will return in a moment.
Yeah, it's going down. We about to live it up, y'all. Let's go.
It's a big world, and now we're loving this town. It's our turn, so put your hands up. We on the big screen, and everybody's here living out our dreams. Dreams, whoa. Yeah, yeah. Don't be scared, take a chance. Come on, give me a hand. It's time to laugh, time to smile. Now let's get up and dance. Come on, everybody, let's live it up. Let it out if you can't get enough. This right here gon' make you jump, jump, jump. This is home. This is the place. We break it out, sing it loud, scream and shout. This is home. Hey, yeah. This is home.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%.
That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to savethefood.com.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Life, it never stops moving, getting from here to there, managing long hours at work, juggling a busy home. You need a bank that keeps up. That's Chemung Canal Trust Company. Bank online, bank with our mobile app, deposit a check with your smartphone. Open an account at Chemung Canal and bank with us anywhere, anytime. Chemung Canal Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We now return to Around Town with Henry Dormann.
I found an interesting, fascinating new place. And if you're an artist, or you know an artist, or you have children who are artists, you can come and you can display your artwork here, right in the midst of Corning, and have people come in and buy things. Isn't that nice? And this is the lady who owns it and who came up with this wonderful idea. Would you introduce you? You have beautiful eyes. Did anybody ever tell you that?
Well, thank you. You
We
do
gotta
as well.
Start off the interview right. Would you, your name, address, telephone number,
Absolutely.
and the address for here, and what the concept is like this, because you've really got some beautiful, beautiful things by regional artists.
Yes, primarily regional artists.
How did you come up with this idea? Name, address, telephone number. I'm retiring now.
Okay, my name is Jessie Gardner. I'm with West End Gallery.
You are West End Gallery.
I am West End Gallery.
She's modest.
My husband and I actually own the business. We're located at 12 West Market Street in Corning, New York. Beautiful historic Market Street in Corning's Gaffer District.
Wow, you got it all in there.
Yes. Now, actually, we're celebrating our 40th year in business this year.
40 years.
40 years. It was actually founded by my parents in 1977, and Tom and Lynn Gardner, I should mention. And they've done a wonderful job establishing a client base and coming up with a wonderful stable of artists. We're very fortunate that there's so much talent in the area, which is, besides Mom and Dad's determination to make this business thrive, is really one of the key factors that in the longevity of the business.
You're giving such a chance to people to show their things at a really beautiful, beautiful. God, this is in New York City, the galleries are not as beautiful as this.
Well, I'm flattered to hear that.
It's true. I mean, this
I'm
is
flattered to
beautifully
hear
lit,
that.
perfectly lit and everything.
Well, thank
and
you.
so clean. There's not a spot.
We do our best.
Wow.
We do our best.
What is the exhibit now, or do you change exhibits?
We change exhibits.
And how often?
Every 6 to 8 weeks. So we have 8 exhibits a year. And we do have about 5 that are one-person exhibits. They tend to be the nationally known artists. And the remaining exhibits are group exhibits. So everyone gets a chance to show their work on the first floor. We do have 2 floors of gallery space. So main exhibits are on the first floor. Second floor is our upstairs gallery, and we always have a sampling and represent the artists, group artists. So it's always filled with beautiful artwork, a little bit of something for everyone.
Yeah. And how do people contact you to show you what they'd like to display and how you can get together? And are you expensive? Do you charge them? Do you get a commission? All of those technical details.
Okay, first question was, how do people get to show here? We are typically approached by artists as opposed to going out and actively seeking artists. So we are typically called. Sometimes people come in, and what we do is refer them to our Contact Us page. So anyone listening, if you're an artist, feel free to go to the Contact Us page. There's a small link at the bottom of the page for an artist application. We are always open to looking at new artists, always open to that. Even if we don't have spaces currently available or open, we try to keep the number of artists we represent to 50 or 60 just to make sure everyone has a fair amount of display space. But those artists will rotate now and then.
I have a tip for you.
Yes.
For the upstairs gallery, I suppose not too many people go up there and mostly look on the ground floor.
Many people will look on the ground floor. We always try to say there's so much more upstairs and try to
I've got a tip for
say
you.
it's worth the trip.
I have a friend in Hammondsport. This is not about the gallery. This is a little tip aside. I have a friend in Hammondsport that owns a restaurant.
Yes.
And it's beautiful, overlooking the lake, Lake Keuka.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you come close to the entrance, there's a blank space with a bunch of tables
Okay.
for those who are waiting and can't get in because they're really standing room. And I asked the owner, I said, how do you get people out there? She says, I call that my VIP section. So if you call the balcony the VIP section,
I love it.
Again.
I love
You
it. That's a
never know.
wonderful idea.
Do you have any schedule that you publish as far as what gallery designs will be shown, what pictures? Because you have pictures, you have glass, you have statues.
We have a little bit of everything.
And you have glassware and things that are not as expensive as other things. Are you very expensive?
Our prices are wide range. They range from $14 note cards up to $16,000 paintings. So like the style of artwork, there's something for everyone in every budget. And part of that is just to introduce people to art and make art accessible to everyone. I think everyone should own an original work of art. It's good for the soul.
How did you get to know so much?
I'm not quite sure how to answer that one.
Well,
I was raised in the business.
Knowing art is a talent in itself. Knowing what an artist, what makes one artist better than another, whether the painting is liked.
Ooh, well, I would say that's a matter, or I guess personal opinion, whether someone is drawn to a work of art. There are some artists that have over 4 decades worth of experience painting or sculpting, and some of the artists have become nationally known. Some of them started with us 38 years ago. For example, the artist that's featured right now, his paintings behind us, Martin Poole. He started with us in '79, the same year I was born, and he's one of the few that's become nationally known. He's made it, and it's wonderful to hear stories like that when an artist can do what they love for a living.
Well, it's wonderful of you to give them the opportunity to be shown. I mean, that's what an artist really yearns, and that's hard. It's hard to find somebody who has faith in you.
It is. It is. It's really a symbiotic relationship. The artist gets to do what they love for a living, and we love what we do.
Phone number, address?
Phone number is 607-936-2011. Address is 12 West Market Street, Corning, New York, and our web address is westendgallery.net.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You make an easy interview. She's so nice. They really have nice things here. And if you look at the paintings, they can be expensive, but they have some paintings here that are really very, very special and very good price, very well priced, I should say. Come by here. I'm going to be examining all of the paintings.
Around Town with Henry Dormann will return in a moment.
Can we get strawberries? Okay.
Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Life, it never stops moving. Getting from here to there. Managing long hours at work. Juggling a busy home. You need a bank that keeps up. That's Chemung Canal Trust Company. Bank online. Bank with our mobile app. Deposit a check with your smartphone. Open an account at Chemung Canal and bank with us anywhere, anytime. Chemung Canal Trust Company. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
We now return to Around Town with Henry Dormann.
Law firms are all over the place on television and all around Elmira, Bath, Corning. But there's one law firm that really stands out, and it's called the Ziff law firm, Z-I-F-F. I can spell, you see.
Absolutely.
And Jim Reed is the senior partner, and they have a reputation of really being particularly honest and efficient, except for one thing. He started a new, interesting, is it a vehicle for the law firm? Or it's actually really something beyond that, something with the community.
It really is.
What's it called?
It's called the Southern Tier Entrepreneurs Group, and it's on meetup.com. And it was a group we created it over 10 years ago, and it was just an opportunity for a group of local business people to get together and talk about challenges they're encountering, either with their marketing, with their personnel, with their business plan, with their financing. And so we get together once a month on Wednesday mornings, and we just have a kind of a roundtable discussion, and there's usually between 12, 15, sometimes 20 people there. And the most interesting thing is the wide diversity of businesses we have there. We have a funeral home director, we have insurance, we have finance, we have marketing, just a number of businesses. Entertainment.
Is this expensive?
No, it's free.
It's free?
It's free.
Ah.
So anybody can come, and if you go to meetup.com and you just search for the Twin Tier Entrepreneur Group, you will find it. And we've purposely kept the group somewhat small. We don't exclude anyone, but just by kind of normal numbers that show up on a monthly basis, we're usually in that range, which is, it's nice because it really facilitates open discussion.
You meet here?
We meet here at the Ziff Law Firm here in Elmira.
Which is convenient. What's the address?
303 William Street.
He's really, I was going to say 23 years old, but he looks younger. How did, I used to joke with you about this because you really come across, even when you're on television, too young to be such a successful lawyer.
Well, I'm 56 years old, so
56.
So it's my wife's fine cooking. That's the secret.
That's what you take.
That's the secret. So, that and I ride my bicycle a lot. So between the two, it's keeping me young, and my 3 kids kept me young for a long time. They're all in their 20s now, but just trying to do things the right way.
Tell me, does the Ziff law firm specialize in certain things?
Yes, we only handle personal injury and medical malpractice cases. We represent victims in those cases, and that's what we've been doing almost exclusively for at least the last 15 or so years.
There are a lot of firms in that field.
Yeah, there are.
And you see them advertising on television in every place. In every city you go to, from New York City to Buffalo. And I'm just curious, what makes you different?
Well, I think first of all that all of us have grown up in this area. We work in this area. Our reputations really mean the world to us. We're not a huge firm of 50 or 75 or 100 lawyers. Each and every client is really important to us. And one thing you know about growing up in a small town like the Elmira, Corning area is that if you don't do something right, people are going to hear about it, and so we know that our reputations are really important. We know that we need to do the best for every client on every case, and we're not a volume-driven business. A lot of those big firms that you see advertising every 3 seconds on the TV, they're a volume-driven business, and we're not. Our focus is on doing a great job on every case we handle, and we're picky about those cases we handle.
Now, there are a lot of rumors that go around in the small town. Elmira is kind of a small town, Corning's a small town.
Sure.
And the rumors, which I think are partially true, are that the county executive is not going to run again, and that you may be running in his place.
Oh, absolutely not.
No,
Never,
no,
never, no. I have no political aspirations whatsoever. I love being a lawyer. I love what I do. I love working in this firm, and as much as I see the challenge of politics, it's not something that ever interests me.
But all the judges and everybody else knows you.
Well, that's, yeah.
You've been around a while.
That's nice. And actually tomorrow night in Corning, I'm lecturing to a whole room full of judges, which is every trial lawyer's nightmare, is a whole room full of judges. But I really love what I do. I mean, that's my point now in my career, is I want to continue doing what I'm doing. And it's exciting and challenging and different every day. And so there's really no aspiration to do something different.
What are you going to lecture on?
Tomorrow night we're talking about bicycle law, the laws in the state of New York, and what I've learned from my practice is that the kind of the state of knowledge with local law enforcement and the judiciary on the laws that really pertain to bicycling, it's kind of limited in it. So it's really just an educational opportunity to let them know some of the nuance. And actually one of the paralegals in our office, she's a town judge, and she asked me to come and lecture to this group because she's very familiar with the fact that I've had some frustration in cases where either law enforcement or the judiciary just didn't know about the particular nuances of the law in this area. And that's one of the challenges as a lawyer. It's one of the reasons I love being a lawyer, is that there are so many areas of the law that you just you might not know about unless you encounter it on a regular basis. And it's so expansive. So education, continuing to learn every day of your career, it's just a critical part of being an effective lawyer.
What should a person know and prepare for if they're in an accident and they need help? They need to find somebody they can really trust. But also, there are some firms that say, unless you've had real damage, physically or otherwise, don't call us.
Yeah. See, we don't say that. What we say is, come talk to us, and we will talk to you. We'll help you through the process, whether ultimately we handle your case or not. We're willing to spend some time helping you through the process, understanding what should be paid by insurance, what is not paid by insurance, and just helping you out. If we ultimately handle your case, that's great, but if we don't, then it's just kind of a public service thing that we try to help people out. And we try to be a resource for information.
What should a person know before they call you? Is there any parameter?
No, they should just call or visit our website. That's zifflaw.com. My email address is jreed@zifflaw.com. If somebody has a question, I really encourage them, get a hold of somebody early so that there's no issue, no problem, so people don't make mistakes.
What do you do for fun?
I ride my bicycle a lot, and I like to eat and drink.
Especially the drink part. But
Absolutely.
You can't do that when you're lawyering.
No, not when I'm lawyering, but when I'm not,
You
that's
like
okay.
wine?
I like wine, and I like all the breweries on the lakes. So.
Everything has blossomed up in the last year. Breweries and wineries, many more.
It's amazing, and I love it. I've always loved the Finger Lakes. I think they're gorgeous, but the real developments with the wineries and the breweries in the area have been great.
We could get together and invest in something like that.
No, well, I don't know. Maybe you can.
Oh, well, I'm lost out again. Thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome.
You're very kind to give us all the advice. And he didn't charge us, but give him a call. He's worth it. Besides, if you don't do business with him, he's still nice to know. And he knows everybody. We'll see you soon. I'll be in the office next door.
You're watching WENY.